Hello, Jurassic. Hello, Warhorse. And hello, Jinxie. Hello, long time no see. New setup. It's empty still. Still working on getting that figured out. I moved on to getting the server figured out and other ideas. Curious to see the new setup. It's just a white wall right now. There's nothing different. Not yet. I have a bunch of stuff coming. Or I have some stuff coming later this week, but majority of stuff I have to still get planned out. So I have big ideas, but I prioritizing places to sit in the house. So, there's a lot to do, and I'm trying to pick which one to do first. I don't even have any lights actually up either. Thankfully, this room is bright though. But I didn't see any point because I'm tearing it all. I literally set up my entire computer. And both my computers, hooked it all up and tested it yesterday and the day before just so I can stream today until I can tear it down. Fun. Anyway. Just waiting for Michael. If you remembered. Did remember.
You know what I think would be a good idea? If we put the bar right there.
I am going to get a mini fridge.
The whole bar just right behind us. It'd make a good background. It could be a good use of the space. There'd be booze right there.
It does kind of sound neat.
Yeah.
But I like the idea about there though.
You're allowed to have bad ideas, that's fine.
You're allowed to shut the hell up, so.
Do you have coasters? Where are the coasters?
No, don't worry about it. I'm getting rid of the desk soon. So just, who cares?
This is
just put it on the desk.
Uncultured.
All right. Well, we can get going.
I'm going to create rings and he's going to, explode.
So, okay. Well, welcome to White Wall. Ooh, very exciting. I don't have any lights or anything set up right now, so it's just the ceiling light. There's one right there. It's just a nice white wall. Michael, you're a little off.
No.
Yeah, that's better. I set up your chair where it was.
New world.
Nice well you got there. Yep, essentially. No, but it's basically very minimal for right now. I've got lots of stuff to do down here, lots of ideas, but it's a big empty room right now. So
could be filled with booze.
There's this door in, so it's basically lots of space to do things. I just got to get it done. So, all right. Very wallish, yes, very much so. No, I've only had my desk in here. There's a small little closet space back there, and I actually have my computers back there right now, so they're out of the way. But the maintenance room is on the other side of that wall, and I'm going to be putting all of them in the maintenance room so that my computers are actually not even in the same room as me. I don't even have to do anything fancy with the cables, as long as it's long enough to go probably 10 feet, which most cables you can get 10 feet without an issue. Then it's no problem. So
installing new cables will be fun.
What are you working on now? Oh, hello, Waffles. Yes, it's working on a short. We started this last time, a week something ago, and I'm just able to get back to work on it now.
I like how I came after the chair, Sir Edward.
You did. It's okay. The only decoration you use the goober behind you. Yeah. He's a good decoration. How are you guys liking the new place? I'm liking it. It's just there's a lot to do still, and
the space that I've been given to live in under the stairwell it's
very nice,
almost big enough where I can lay out completely flat.
I think when I was showing Silver and them, there's on the one Patreon chat, I did a live stream of the new place, and they said that was your bed. That's your new home. It's just in the closet. Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of space.
It's accurate.
Yes, hello. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming Friday, though, because I got to do... Adam's coming into town. I have two couches being delivered and a bunch of other stuff coming in. Depends on if there's too much crap going on. Anyway, but yeah, for this short, we got Chrysalis, and she had babies, kind of.
She did babies.
You can see some of the video because it's like some of these scenes allow it to be visible, but other ones you can't. So, there.
Chrysalis, where do babies come from? Chrysalis, where do babies come from?
Why you stopped there?
Okay.
Chrysalis,
I probably, you know what? I
where
had
do
my
babies come from?
leg on a thing. No, it's because of that.
Easy. Ensnare a male,
There.
steal their love, crack some eggs in a cave, bing bang boom baby time.
So, still don't know how to end that.
I just thought of something like
Oh, no.
just now.
Okay.
What if she asked like, and then what? And then Chrysalis just replies, "World domination," and then just pans back to Cliff. She's like, "I'm gonna get started right away," and she runs off.
No, I don't know about that. I get started right away.
And Chrysalis goes back to Chrysalis, and there's just this long, like, stare, like dumb bug stare, and then it clicks, and she's like, "Oh no." I like it. I like lots of things.
I kind of like the idea of like, can they make you money? And you're just saying child support.
Well, I feel like the whole cozy finding out babies can be used for world domination, something in that context, because that's what Chrysalis used her babies for.
Thank you for the raid, soul kitty. Hello. Yeah, it was a literal kitty attack. Nice using AI nowadays. It's nice for shitposts. That's kind of the purpose of it. Because I'm at that point where I have to animate this one a little bit, but I potentially want to.
I mean, it looks done to me.
I like the idea of still of having the eggs pop like, boop, 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 but I don't know how to do that without being weird. Okay, well, first off, yeah, I think this was the main question: the eggs.
What about them?
Yeah. Okay. So.
Bing, bang, boom, baby time.
The eggs are difficult because if I were to do a scaling, the scaling works best from the center of the egg, but the bone is on the edge. So if I had them literally like increase in size, they would have to do it from the back of the egg.
Oh, you just make them pop into existence.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
Works.
The problem is if she's on top of the stack, how do I get her above an egg that doesn't exist? And
Don't
only pops?
have her appear until the third stack. Like the last stack. It'd be first level, second level, then third with her on it.
Yeah. Boop, boop, boop.
Yep.
There is 3 layers.
Mm-hmm.
We can try that. Well, first, let's see if I drop all the eggs and her. Wait.
Forgot the bug horse.
No, I
You
do.
got her butt.
She's like, you can't take it away from me.
Like, those are my babies.
Okay, let's try that again.
Hello.
Okay.
Moonlight.
So if I put it to here, that still looks legit.
Mm-hmm.
And if I put it to here, that still looks legit.
Yeah.
Can I go one lower?
No. I don't think you would want to anyways.
I could have just one egg.
She's a bug monster. She likes lots of babies.
We're gonna try. We're gonna try a single egg.
Baby time.
Okay, so for this part, she needs to have. Okay, we're gonna do it from like. There's gonna be a couple stages here. So where the changelings pop in, they do it here, here. Here. Baby time. Yes, baby time. It's always baby time. Alright, so I'm just going to make some random marks because it really doesn't matter at this point. All right, so I'm gonna say at the very end, this is when I need her to have all of them. So now I'm going to decrease the height to right here, and then here I'm gonna decrease the height again to here, and then again. Oh, well, okay. I have to...
Well, do we like the new place? I don't know.
What do you guys like in the new place? I like it. I like it. There's a ton more space. We've added essentially 1,100 square foot. It's just we only had like 1,100 square foot of stuff. So now it's like we got 2,600 square foot.
I've been able to pull out a few more things that I wasn't able to before.
Well, this time...
And I bought a lamp.
So like before I had to do the podcast and my bedroom in the same room. Now there's a dedicated podcast spot, which I'm still working on. And I took the smallest bedroom then because I have this room too. Then he has the master bedroom. So he actually has a bigger room than before. Well,
It's bigger.
I think it's about as wide, but it's much longer or something. I don't know which one it is, but he's got more space. I think it's also easier to use that space. Like when you have those windows that were really low, you couldn't put much up against it, and the registers were on the ground. Now they're on the wall.
Yeah.
Like you can do way.
I don't want to block any of the windows too much, though I kind of already am, but it's not as big a deal. Yeah.
You can put stuff underneath the window as long as you're not putting something to the window. But and then we have a third bedroom that's for Adam when he was up here, and then. But then there's 2 living rooms that basically are completely empty. They're just big open floors. So it's getting all those full. So I think after Friday and I get at least one of those living rooms full, it'll be a lot even nicer. But we had a fire pit out there kind of impromptu last Saturday.
Yeah.
Because we have a big fire pit outside now. It was really nice. It was really nice.
And I enjoyed chopping wood again. I do find it cathartic.
Talking to what?
Chopping wood.
Oh, chopping wood.
It's kind of cathartic. What was it? Oh yeah, we just need take more trips to the thrift store.
Yeah,
buy more stuff.
Michael found some
kind of
horse stuff at the thrift store.
Should I go get my blanket?
You can go get your blanket. It's
gonna be attached to the watch, so I'm gonna get my blanket. Once it's attached to the wall, it ain't ever moving.
No, we went to the thrift store because they you can find really nice glassware at the thrift store for cheap. And so I went to one of them nearby and I don't have it here now, but it's a really nice lowball glass. I have 9 of them, all real glass, have some nice little sides, really good condition, and they're $1 a piece. So I spent $9 on 9 lowball glasses that all look the same. It's great. So now for a podcast, we have same glasses we can use for everything. And then I also found 4 big mugs, like they're the big taller ones. I can't remember what you call them, but they're like the big beer mugs, a Stein, I guess. And they're pure glass, and those I think were $3 each. And so I spent like $12 on pure glass with a thick bottom. Like, thrift stores are awesome. I almost bought, they had a coffee table for I think $7 that was all real wood, rough condition, but the nice thing about real wood is you just sand it down, just restain it, and you're good. It would have looked, you could have easily bought that for $7, resold it for $200. It was nice. So I want to move mainly the eggs that are kind of visible but not. Okay, I'm just going to grab a bunch from the bottom, and then we're just going to... Oh, no, I have to go from the top. Nope. Yeah, any of the that are just barely visible, I need to get rid of. What's the one that's kind of floating over there? Which one are you? The next podcast needs the barfing reindeer. Oh yeah, it's right now in my living room. Oh yeah, so here's what Michael got at the thrift store.
I'll go back up.
It's $3.
Yeah, you got it for.
Hold on.
You got that for $3.
You're like.
Hold on. There.
It's more horse.
Yeah.
There's horse.
You got it for $3, and it's in like almost new condition.
Yes. Very nice. It took me a little while to get it because I looked out the front door and there were 3 boxes that weren't there when I came in.
Oh, today?
Yeah, just now.
Oh, they're probably big boxes too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to grab those. It is lovely tapestry. Well, it's actually it was probably one of the original things that Hasbro sold. So that thing has probably got.
Well, Twilight does have wings.
Oh, it does.
So
yeah, but she had wings in like
season 3. But anything season 3, they showed her with the crown and stuff. Like all the merchandise had her in the princess dress. So that's got to be at least season 4 or later. If there was a derby blanket like that, I would move mountains to acquire that thing.
Well, when he got that one, he goes up to the register and he says, "I require this."
Mm-hmm. And it's true, I did. Michael would never sell the derby blanket. I would not sell the derby blanket now. I have a lot of collectible pony stuff, and I have no intention of selling any of it.
What if I did, when she goes to pop up, it kind of goes like, boop, and then does this.
The funny thing, though, was, too, the guy who, working at the thrift shop, started talking about pony stuff. He's like, a friend of mine showed me this and did this. And then he's like, boop the snoot. I'm like, yes, you're a friend. At that point, the guy was he knew too much. It was pretty great. Started going into Rainbow Factory. Fairly young guy, too. Early 20s, if I had to guess.
Okay, I can deal with that little bit of offness there.
No, I just love that thrift shop, and not only just because I found Pony, but like that was a bonus.
Some of the other thrift shops I've been to have been, some of the stuff can still be a bit more expensive. That one, like, everything was super cheap.
It's like going back to a dollar store in the
I don't
90s.
have any water right now, sorry, so I'll just do booze. So cheers, almighty.
Better. I still want to find an oil lantern just so that we can have something to put on the table when we do, like, outside stuff that can burn citronella oil. Because they're pretty, yeah, but they also serve a purpose. And that is to keep mosquitoes away.
I didn't think the mosquitoes were that bad at all when we were outside.
Last time.
We don't have any standing water.
The bird bath.
It's a puddle.
Yeah.
And it's like 40 feet from us.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've, in Kentucky, you'd so much as fill up a kiddie pool and the mosquitoes would come swarming. So, I don't think they're as bad this far north. You definitely have them, they're just not as bad. Tends to be the general thing with insects up here. Like, when I was going through the wood pile that's out there, I was expecting to see tons of spiders and everything else in the wood pile, because it's just an old wood pile back there. And in Kentucky, if you got a wood pile, it's full of spiders. I didn't see a single spider. Kind of found it bizarre. Heck, Kentucky, there'd be spiders and snakes and everything else in there. Get none of it. And I know there's like spiders and snakes up here, it's just less. You guys don't really have poisonous snakes that I'm aware of. Bug face. She did it, she's a problem mama. Her kids are just ungrateful snots. Making their own love instead of stealing it. Like
I'm trying to decide
a
if
bunch of suckers, that's what they are.
do I want to keep with the zoomed in thing to her face?
She does have a good face. You do need to get that hair out of her face, though.
Okay, so
Crap some eggs in a cave.
Go.
Bing
It's
bang
just
boom.
decorating.
Some eggs in a cave.
I think I gotta move the eggs a little bit earlier.
Eggs in a cave.
And I think I kind of like her just going shoo shoo shoo. You recently picked up the Switch remaster of Chrono Cross. I have been wanting to do that. I didn't know it was on Switch. I thought it was only on PC. I want to get that. Oh, Nolan. Wait. How did those eggs get there?
Do we have to explain where baby comes from?
Yeah, well, you have to wait till the finished video so you can learn from Chrysalis.
It's going to be the informational video.
You back after 12 days. Yeah. It's been, and I still don't feel like I'm ready with how. I like getting everything fully done before, but I didn't want to leave it that long.
I think I'm fine with my room, at least. I have the understanding where I want everything.
The conversation with the guy was hilarious. Oh, yeah.
Nightly comes on.
You're saying I acquire this, I probably at least strange things I've seen all day. No, it wasn't the owner, it was just some kid that worked there.
Yeah. If that kid was the owner, good on him for inheriting it from his deceased great grandparents or something. But excuse me. But no, he's just a fairly young guy who just knew more about ponies than he was letting on.
Okay. So I want to do a little bit out with that.
Yeah. This blanket's in pretty good shape, but all the tags on it are like completely worn. They would tell me what year this came out. Oh, they're not completely worn. Product of China, not polyester.
Because there's going to be one frame where this is the frame. So I'm trying to think of the best ways to compensate for that. So I want it to be there. So I think what I can do is eggs that are moving up.
I can find out online.
So it's right here. Not that one. Okay, so these ones. I think if I just do a little bit in. No. I thought it would be in. Oh, it's a little bit out, yes. Just to get them closer to like there. Then they're still out of the way, but it's not so awkward when they fly in. I think I should do it with some of the ones over here too. Okay, that one I think has to be that way. Okay, that's a little better. Now, it still is. Okay, no, as long as it's okay here, I think we're fine. So there's now there's no gap. Okay, good. There's a little bit of one here. And let's see if we can just fix that one. Do a little bit of out. As long as it's not visible here, that's all that matters. Okay. That's better. Perfect. Now there's not floating eggs.
Oh, well. I can't find that blanket anywhere.
I don't know if it's the same as the original Chrono Cross just because I didn't get that far. But from what I was reading, you need to New Game Plus twice to get all the characters. Yeah, that's how the original was. Chrono Cross's whole thing was you play through it, but then the New Game Plus is not. It's less about a New Game Plus and more about like playing kind of the same game, but with a lot of differences. So it's like because it's supposed to be like Chrono Cross with a time thing, but with other things. It's pretty neat. It was a fun game for the time. I'm sad that was the only other game in the Chrono, because the Chrono Trigger and the Chrono Cross, and they never did anymore.
I'd rather watch you play Chrono Trigger than Chrono Cross, but that's only because of my own personal nostalgia.
The what?
Chrono Trigger over Chrono Cross.
Yeah, but you never played Chrono Cross.
Yeah, that's why I have no nostalgia for it.
It was on PlayStation, so
yeah. My brother had it. I watched him play a little bit of it, but I just didn't get into it. I think it's because I didn't get into it because it wasn't Chrono anymore. At least I don't remember it being Chrono. There's a whole new cast of characters, right?
And it's Chrono, but I don't think it's the same Chrono.
Yeah.
I think it's like Final Fantasy, where Final Fantasy has some similarities between the such, but otherwise it's a whole new everything.
Yeah.
But I think the main character's still called Chrono.
Well, don't they make references in that game to the events in Chrono Trigger? Or something? I don't know. Like, it happened, but it didn't happen because it happened on a separate timeline. Because people just be messing with time and stuff.
Yeah, don't do it.
And if you do it so that we can get the Choco Taco back. I heard they discontinued it. And
When was the last time you had one?
Never. But now that they're gone, I want one. That's how. Like, you don't want something until it's gone, and of course you want it. It's like, yeah. It's like, I'm at all these pipes.
Oh, the idea was to do that, and then to do let's do all face. We're gonna go a little bit. So we're gonna go. Oh no, out by about 2/3, and then the playhead this by 1/3. So as she goes up, she just
Boop, boop.
so you can see her face goes. She's slowly looking up. I wonder if I should have her. Should I have her like have a little head bounce? Well, that's a stupid question for you because you're going to be like, yes.
No, I'm going to say no. Because this is supposed to be a thing where time is lapsing, as opposed to it happening all at once. That's the way I view this anyways, is that this is a time lapse, not something that is actively taking place. But what do I know?
Or about like this, and she's like, ooh.
That's so weird. I don't dislike it, but I don't like it either.
So I feel like but Derpy.
What? No, Derpy should be in this video.
The character's name is Surge. If you leave the name as default. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, I do too. In the short while I remember watching my brother play it. But yeah, it's Chrono. It's a Chrono game without Chrono. I don't
want to just keep the camera there.
Crap some eggs in a cave. Bing bang boom. some eggs in a cave. Bing bang boom baby time.
Did Dragon Quest have dragons?
Baby time.
Dragon Quest?
No.
Yeah, I believe so, but I don't think it was. I think the original ones were about going to get a dragon, and then it's just the series name that's been maintained. Like Final Fantasy was called that because
Yeah,
it
but
was
always a Final Fantasy, except for 10-2.
well, no,
2
Final Fantasy was at least the main idea behind it was because if that game succeeded, it was going to be their final game.
Yeah.
So it was like, well, this is our Final Fantasy game, and if it fails, we're done, because they literally could not go on, and then it was a huge success. So,
But I mean, imagine making a video game called Big Hairy Bob, the game,
Eggs
and
in
then
a
you didn't
cave.
have Big Hairy Bob in it anywhere.
Eggs in a cave.
That's what Dragon Quest is if it doesn't have dragons. Or at least, the very least, the dragon should be Big Hairy Bob should definitely be like the center focus of the Big Hairy Bob games. If you have Dragon Quest and dragons aren't the focus, that's just like false advertising, man.
you go and contact HR of Square, and you tell them.
I will. I'll tell him, give us the Big Hairy Bob video game. And make sure that he is prevalent.
Okay, I like having that little pullback at the beginning. Okay. And then bing, bang, boom. Still don't like the weird, eye thing here. Another
You see,
really where it's at many dragons and weren't really that many dragons in Dragon Age. Even it's the age of dragons. Maybe they just got too old. I mean, that's the dragon's age is too high.
I think in Dragon Quest you should have been playing as a dragon. It's a dragon's quest, right?
In Dragon Quest?
Yeah, you should be playing as a dragon. Because it's a dragon going on a quest.
Maybe you are.
I guess I was gonna say what game where you play as a dragon on a quest, but that's called Spyro. That's Dragon Quest. I think we're going by.
Well, sure, it's Dragon Quest 12. That's the new one.
Made
You still
more
gotta play
sense.
that.
Yeah, no, I will as soon as we're all settled. And I finished my mod, and that other game I started playing that I'm not even having fun playing anymore, but I gotta finish it. Because the whole point of starting it was like, oh, I remember this game, and I never finished it. I wonder why. And now that I'm getting close to the end of the game, I was like, oh, that's right. It's not very good.
Imagine dragons have songs about dragons. Oh, yeah, actually, there's that too. Well, that's why you have to imagine.
Yeah, those are imaginary dragons. It's different.
I knew that Dragon Quest and Square and Final Fantasy, same company now, they're made separate, but what it's kind of become now is that, before they were both kind of the same type of game. Final Fantasy went more into the experimental, modern, hitting the new groups, while Dragon Quest went to the nostalgia group. So if you want to keep up with changes in gaming and where they're trying to do retro mix of old and new, Final Fantasy works for that. But if you want to keep with if you like just old school JRPGs, Dragon Quest it checks so many boxes for old school JRPGs. Great voice acting, great story in Dragon Quest 11. Visuals were amazing. They put a ton of effort into it, but it's still at its core a classic JRPG, turn-based combat, everything. It was super awesome.
Soul Kitty, if I was to play Stray, I definitely would replace that cat with Derpy.
Main character is a dragon. Yeah, Breath of Fire you were a dragon.
Breath of Fire?
Yeah. And actually, if you play Breath of Fire 5, the whole purpose is you have to get out of the dungeon because you're slowly being murdered by the fact that you are becoming a dragon.
Oh, you're becoming a dragon?
Yeah.
In what game?
Dragon Quest 5.
Oh.
In Dragon Quest 5,
Sounds horrible.
It's basically there was the apocalypse and everybody buried themselves underground, but the poorest people are the furthest down, and you're trying to get to the surface because something happened to you, and you basically have a timer through the entire game with a percentage, and the longer the game goes, the slower it'll slowly tick towards zero and you die. And that's hours and hours and hours that it takes.
That's I hate that kind of game.
But if you don't do any special things, you can finish the game at about 70%. Easy. So you have the timer is not an issue. The thing is, you can basically transform into the dragon and have skills that have unlimited use as long as you don't mind just burning percentage constantly. So you can literally burn yourself into being unable to complete the game, which is hilarious because you have a laser beam. Like normally it's turn-based combat. You can just have a laser beam. You can just hold the button for as long as you want, even in turn-based combat, until the thing dies or you die. It was kind of a cool concept. I think when I did my first playthrough, I ended it with like 40 or 50%. But then the idea is you play through again and you get an increased ranking and a ton of stuff unlocks.
Yeah.
But the one fun thing is you can make money using an ant. It was an ant farm that does stocks. It was a goofy game. I kept it on PlayStation 2 because it was a great game.
I enjoy the Fallout universe a ton, but I have a hard time wanting to pick up Fallout 1 or 2 because they're based on timer systems where you have to complete the game in a certain amount of time or you lose. And the idea that I can't just take my time with the video game and do all the things and then make my way to the end bugs me, because then you're going to reach a certain point where you're like, oh no, I've wasted too much time, and then you can never finish. Well, let's start over.
Like I said, the nice thing with that one is even if you spent 4 times longer playing the game than was absolutely the max that you would even be potentially able to, you would still beat it without the timer's not a problem. It all comes down to, do you want to go God mode for too long? You never really need to, but there's sometimes where at combat you're like, do I want to burn a percent?
Yeah.
Because you could instantly kill the guy you're doing it. And that game had a system where it would keep auto saves as you went, but otherwise when you did a hard save, when you loaded it, it deleted it. So literally you could not backtrack to a previous save. Except for there was one spot where you could do this little glitch thing that you can get in, do the combat, and then get put back to before you did the combat. And so you could farm it. And because of that, you could literally burn your dragon down to 0, and it would just put you back at normal percentage. It was a glitch.
Yeah.
And abused the crap out of.
Yeah, I saw this as somebody. There's been a few mods for that Stray game because it's such an easy thing to replace the cat. So, like, if I was to download Stray, I would almost immediately replace the cat with with a derpy. Like, it would take like an afternoon to do that. I still got to finish up the other mod I was working on, which is a much bigger mod, which I'm like 95% done on. But then this whole move thing happened, and
blaming the move.
It's been a real time consumer, and energy consumer even more so.
Weak. Well, for how many days were you sore?
I'm sore right now because I was moving boxes all last night.
I was sore after. I got a little bit sore on Friday, but then we spent 14 hours packing on Saturday, or at least I did. I started the day where we had to load the truck with other people sore. Then I had to move all that stuff. I woke up Monday even more sore. Had to go to closings and then unload the truck. By Tuesday, I was dead. Like, every bone in my body hurt. And problem is, I still had to get up and do stuff.
Yeah. And I was still going to work and trying to move stuff when I got home.
I took the week off, and it felt like I didn't get much done. I'm actually getting more unpacked since I've got, like, the last couple of days than I have any other time, because last week was planning, looking at the areas I had, going online, finding the things that I wanted to do to fill the spaces that we have.
I ordered that grill. I'm kind of hoping it gets here before this weekend, but I don't know.
What's the shipping looking like?
They haven't given me a tracking number yet.
Then probably not.
Yeah.
Why before this weekend?
I don't know, just in case.
No. We're probably going to be doing a lot of stuff with Adam, and then when it comes to evening, we're not going to be here. We're going to be at the Fantasy Flight.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, he's going to be probably heading out on Sunday. So I don't know if we would really have the ability to. Yeah, my parents have a grill out on Saturday, and I can't even go to that.
Yeah. How does it feel to live in Minnesota? I've been doing it for about 3 years now.
Yeah.
But if I had to say one thing, moving to Minnesota wasn't that shocking, like from a cultural perspective. It was going back to Kentucky Like, because I always knew I was relatively unhappy there, and then I kind of live up here and forget why I was unhappy there. Then I go down there to visit family, and then I remember as, like, people rattle things off to me, and then I'm kind of happy to come back here again.
Just the politics of it, or
just the not just the politics, but the general atmosphere and culture of people down there. It infuriates me. When you see every third person driving around in like a Hummer or a truck with oversized wheels, just burning gas while being the same group of people who complain most about that fact, just irks me in a funny way. That horse. Oh, that's a cute horse. Cuzzilo's cute, but she's definitely evil, so it's very conflicting.
yeah, but you like Derpy.
Yeah, she's not evil. Like, there's not many, like, mare filly, like, she's the only evil filly character. Well, I guess Babs kind of was. And Silver Spoon and Diamond Tiara.
Oh wait, are you putting Babs on the same level as the one that tried to destroy the planet?
Well, I'm saying that. But her, Diamond Tiara, Silver Spoon,
I consider them
are definitely on the
what is the name of because you have is an antagonist?
antagonist.
I consider them antagonists.
Yes.
I wouldn't consider them villains.
Well,
She's a villain.
They're low level villains. But they all get reformed except her.
Low level villain, like somebody cutting you off in a parking lot, then you just say they're a low level villain.
Exactly. Somebody takes your parking space when there was clearly a parking space. They deserve to be sent to Tartarus.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say Target.
Yes, it's the same thing. Just Tyrek and Cozy go trapped forever in the electronics section at a Target. There are a few worse hells than having to watch the promo video over and over and over again until, like, madness takes you. Just like the people who work at Target. I think you were saying...
My niece works at Target.
Yeah. I think you were saying earlier your dad hears, like, the...
Yeah, because he works at Menards. And Menards has a jingle that they play over and over and over again. And it's like, you save big money. You save big money when you shop Menards. Whatever. It's been...
Drives him into a feral rage.
Yeah, well, also, I know that one because they used to play it on the TV all the time. Menards is awesome, though.
I always just remember, save big money at Menards.
But yeah, he says that he goes every 5 minutes they play that jingle, and so it's just ingrained in his head.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, anything that's super repetitive probably will eventually drive you to kill again.
Again?
Of course. You can't kill again if you haven't killed at least once. Always use Home Depot. I mean, it's all... I will say I hadn't been to a Menards until this weekend.
It's nice.
The fact that they have groceries is really what sets them apart from, like, Home Depot or Lowe's.
They're also... It's bigger, too. Well, because they do the separate floors, instead of just big single racks, they put half-size ones you can actually reach, just on 2 different floors. Mm-hmm. And they treat their employees better. Everything's better about Menards. No, Menards is awesome. Home Depot and Lowe's, and is there another one like that?
There used to be an H&R Block, but they're gone now.
H&R Block does...
They're gone.
That's taxes.
Oh, what am I thinking? HQ.
Oh,
HQ. I don't know them. They're gone now. There was Lowe's, Home Depot, and HQ, and HQ's gone. I knew it was an abbreviation at some point. Ace Hardware. Yeah, Ace Hardware tends to be smaller, though.
Well,
they're Ace not huge.
Ace Hardware, though, is specific to hardware.
It's tools.
Like Home Depot and Lowe's are about everything about everything. You could go there and pick up everything you need to basically build a house from top to bottom. Menards is nice because it's the same thing for that, but they tend to also expand into many other areas. So they have a huge selection and displays of just like normal cabinets, much bigger than anywhere else, but you can see much more fridge space. They have a full grocery there, so you can go there and also pick up like a can of beans and breakfast cereal. They tend to, they're probably the closest I can think to a one-stop shop for everything. And then since my dad works there, he gets a discount. So it's nice.
I do feel like if you were actually trying to build a house, though, you'd be better off going to like Home Depot or Lowe's than Menards. But
yeah, but if you were trying to, I'm not building a house.
No, very few people are. But I do think Home Depot will actually like help you with that and provide all the materials.
Home Depot has surprisingly a lot of services. If you want to replace windows,
yeah,
they'll. I don't know if they do it. They might just contract other people to do it.
Yeah,
but you can.
But you can do it through them.
I'm guessing it's not the cheapest though. It's probably just because I don't want to go anywhere else.
Well, if money's not an object and you want to go to the hardware place to get hardware things done, then yeah, probably Home Depot.
I don't mind Home Depot. To me, there's no difference between Home Depot and Lowe's.
No, they're
the exact same. Menards is the one that's is different.
Menards has more things going, which I don't know. They seem.
Plus, you seemed really like fascinated by the cart.
I've never seen anything like that.
Because they had to get to the second floor. They have like this pull like a.
It's a conveyor.
It's a conveyor belt. It's a conveyor belt essentially for your cart. But because you could lose control of it, they have magnets built into it that lock your wheels. So as soon as you get your cart onto it, you can't move it. It gets stuck there until you get to the end. And that's why, like, we're walking up. He's like, just push the cart. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, it's on the incline. I'm not even holding onto it. I'm like, push the cart. He goes to push. He goes, huh. It is pretty cool.
I thought it was cool just because I like the amount of electricity it has to take to keep that entire platform magnetized that strongly at all times.
It's probably not the whole platform. It's probably looking to it's like when a car drives over to enter a light. It's the light or the wheel moving through that system creates a charge. And it can detect that charge, and then it signals the light because of the metal in it. So all it does is, when you pass your wheel over it, it detects the charge and can start the magnet up.
I suppose it could do it that way, but that seems like a very overly complicated way of going about it.
Compared to saving electricity, they're going to save the electricity.
I mean,
well, if anything, go there and drop your keys.
See if it. Oh no. If it locked you. I'm pretty sure if you pulled hard enough, you could pull your keys.
When you get to the end, it releases, so you'd have to be ready to pull it.
Well, I feel like you could pull it if you pulled hard enough, but
Mace was the best because the one near my house had a free popcorn machine. Ooh, okay, yeah, that actually sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, popcorn's pretty good. I need to buy some. I liked having it for like when we did movies and we ran out. So I made like dough ball things, which turned out pretty decent, but
I don't know if I really need to modify her any more than this for a short.
Yeah, she looks pretty good.
I think she's actually pretty good. I just had to do the eyes, and then her top of her hair was a little goof. The only thing I can think of that's off is I'm still not happy with some of the... I bet you I can clean up the background a little bit.
Still disappointed we never got to meet her parents.
Oh, darn. Let's see if we can clean up the background a little bit, because I'm not... I like blue skies and bright colored things. This is not that.
Well, they're evil, so they're in like a dark space. That's what evil people do. They
just retreat to their dark space.
They always are in an area there's about ready to be a thunderstorm, or a thunderstorm is actively happening. That's what evil people. That's where they live, in the areas that get the best rainfall. So they have the nicest stuff. It's true.
Kimmer, It goes.
You always notice how, like, in video games and like movies and stuff, the bad guys always have the big army and like all the military and hardware and stuff. Doesn't that kind of imply that they've managed to build up the best infrastructure?
Maybe.
Like it's like, hurrah! We've killed him and we've freed all the people, and it's like, you fool! He was. I mean, ideally, could be inherited. I mean, it's all moot point. You got a stupid face.
I forgot that's a thing. Let me poke at this quick. See if I can get.
Look at the computer for what time it is. You need a clock in here. You need a clock? A pony blanket.
I got a clock in the corner.
You need just pony blankets. This whole background.
Why is the fog controller not letting me control it?
I don't know. Pip pedals? Oh, he wants pip pedals. Like Pip and Zip, I can't remember what their whole names are, but they have weird names.
If I remember right, though, Pip Petals couldn't have. It was in France, couldn't use that name because it ended up being an innuendo or something.
I can see that.
It was something about.
Well, pedals in itself is kind of an innuendo, even here in the United States.
Yeah. There's root pedals in French and Italian. Because, yeah, I want to see. I think it's down here they put it. I thought they had it under like a.
No, this is the
thing.
official pony.
Oh, that's Pooh's Adventures Wiki.
Why is Pip on the Pooh's Adventures Wiki?
Why? Why? There's a lot of stuff up there.
Apparently she's the youngest, according to this random fan site.
Yeah, on languages that keep the main characters' names largely the same. Pip is the only one that has a different name in the two of them, French and Italian, likely due to sounding like a sexual slang term in French.
Mm-hmm.
Pipetous.
I wonder if I just went around saying pipetals in France, if they would give me bad looks.
Like, I can figure out how to do the console controlling of fog, but I'd have to look it up separately. Because I would like to be able to... If I can turn the fog off, that means the land would fully become normally visible. The sky would become normal blue, and I can play with the lighting differently. But console modifying is super annoying, because I think you have to run through a couple different properties on it. So
I feel like when... Pip and Zip's mom was naming, like, this will be Pip Petals, and then her daughter's like, this is Zip Storm. She was going through two different phases in her life. Like, one, she was going through like her moody phase, her moody metal phase, and then she years later.
That's like all horses when they always name them based on the talent that they don't even figure out for 10 years.
Well, they kind of covered that at least in G4. At G4, they actually stated that they do change their names if their talents don't meet their don't end up being anything with if their names don't end up being anything related to their cutie marks, they do change their names. The only one they ever said did that was Cupcake or Mrs. Cake, with her original name being what? What was Cupcake's original name? Brony expert
Look how small she is.
She's small. She got her hooves become shoes. She's tiny. She's so small. It's Warhorse knows, because Warhorse is super horse. Saffron Swirl. Saffron Swirl was Cupcake's original name. But it had nothing to do with what her talent ended up being, so she changed it.
Go, Michael.
She's super tiny. She's so happy. Look at her go. Look at my hooves go. She's doing her little dance. She's like, that's one of those. Mom, look. Mom, look. I'm doing it, Mom, look.
Mom, look.
That's great, dear. It's like, Mom, I can make my front hooves dance and my rear hooves stay still. It's like that's great, dear. Like, look at me go. She's very proud. The one will dance. Horse. You do the horse dance.
Mom, look at me. Mom, Mama, I'm dancing. I'm dancing, Mama.
Kids are fun like that. They do the most mundane things and think it's the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah. It's like, Mom, look, and then they look over and you go, you're like, yeah.
Look how high I can jump. And
How big her wings are.
so perfect.
Make sure her wings are upside down.
Oh, that happens sometimes. She's a special child. I like this Philly Pip.
Okay, so we got so we got Pip. So the one thing I don't like about this model of Pip is
Now that we're done with that, let's start the Zeus stupid face.
that was part of it. Okay. No, what I don't like about it is she feels lanky.
Well, this isn't the newest model, or
It's just using the standard model.
okay. She doesn't have her own model yet, essentially. Well, I mean, the hose are. What are you doing? Why did you make her even lankier? She needs to be a little shorter, a little bit more, pippish, plump pippish. I do like the mane on her, though. They did a good job on the mane. I think the one mane that didn't turn out well is probably Sunny's. It doesn't feel right. Oh no.
Hold on.
She got the big hoof. Wait. I know she was a little bit more on the stout side, but that is, I eat 3 cakes a day.
For breakfast.
Yes. I'm on the Princess Celestia diet. It's like, Princess Celestia was a 300-pound horse. And it's like, exactly. You're a small fly horse. Like, I can't fly no more. Too much cake.
Okay, so there we go. She's better now.
Clearly all went to her legs.
Yes. Okay, so you can. We're like, "How Pip?" And she's like,
She doesn't move them much. She's got those the belts from the Jetsons, where they just kind of move you everywhere, so you don't have to walk. The monolith. It's the good horse. See, she's the right proportions, but then again, she and Sunny are essentially the standard models, and then I think Izzy's a little taller. Zip, zip. She's very happy. Look at that little smile. Oh. Those are some. You know what? I didn't care for her wings at first, but they've grown on me a little bit. I think I've said it before. I think their character designs are pretty decent. I I'm looking forward to see what they do with the main series, but so far the only thing I've really enjoyed from I enjoyed the movie, and then I've enjoyed the comics. I haven't really enjoyed the shorts too much, and the first Make Your Mark episode, that was kind of the early release episode, was meh. Why is she? Oh, there's a stream over there. She's gonna get wet.
It's okay, she'll float. She got chunk.
She do have chunk. And that is the cleanest water in all of existence.
Okay, apparently
It's out of there.
Okay, your eyes are kind of broken, so we're just not going to care with that.
You guys can't see this, but he's got his chair just on top of like a cardboard box. It's very jank.
Because it's all I could do.
You could just use that broke plastic thing.
One of the boxes out there is my pad for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't like riding heavy wheeled chairs on carpet. My new floor mat.
Oh, it's in one of those boxes.
Literally in one of those boxes.
It
So I was
came
hoping it was going to be
too
earlier.
late. What good is it now? I'll just take it. It's fine. Double mats. She looks very happy. You know what would make me happy? Gonna go get another drink.
Wait a second. There you go.
Okay. She seems surprised by something.
Because then,
I know. And she's like, I have gained the power. It's like, I would be the tall one. No more short jokes. No. Oh no, she almost squish Zip.
he's not going to squish the Zip.
It's her sister. She loves her sister. You be nice.
She's very big.
If I had one complaint about Pip in the shorts, is that I'm kind of hoping they have her refocus on the singing stuff as opposed to the beauty parlor stuff. Because the beauty parlor, like, what singer who takes their career seriously also decides to just run a shop at the same time? It's
running the shop. No, she has all the money with her family that she opening that shop. She would have easily just sold somebody the rights to her name.
Yeah,
had them 100% write it, and she would just get like 10% of the profit.
But she's in there like cutting hair.
Yeah, I know, that's a little.
It doesn't
excessive.
make any sense. It feels like something that was just tacked on as an afterthought, which is, I don't know.
Anyway,
silly. They do, but they don't work in the store. If she had a fashion brand or even a brand, salons with her name on it, that would be one thing. That would make sense. But no, she's in there cutting hair. Like, I feel like that's my biggest gripe with G5 so far, is that a lot of the characters, with the exception to Sunny, don't seem to have a lot of focus on what they want. Like,
it has the same problem with all the other shows of you have these characters that have these like amazing destinies, but then they go do mundane things.
Well, that was at least in like G4, Rainbow Dash, her objective was always to become a Wonderbolt. That was what she wanted, and things applied to that. And yeah, she had a job as a weather pony, but that was just what she was doing until she could achieve her dreams. Applejack had her farm, and that was her focus from beginning to end. Twilight's focus was always beginning to end, making Celestia proud in her studies. Like, she had other things going on, but that was her primary focus. Rarity was her boutiques. Fluttershy was her animals. But in this, Pip's running a salon while also being trying to become a music sensation, or being a music sensation. Zip, she's probably the most annoying, because her thing was wanting to, like, do right by her people and teach her people to fly, but as soon as the short started, she didn't want to do that anymore, and then she became a detective, seemingly just because she wanted not to go home.
It's her passion.
It wasn't her passion. She just didn't want to go home, and her mom was complaining, like, Pip has her salons. You're not doing anything. Come home. So she's like, oh, I'm a detective now.
Well, she was also the older one, so she was supposed to be in line for the crown. So she was saying, come home because you need to learn how to do this. And she didn't want to do that.
No, but early on, she did want to help her people. She might have not wanted to be queen, but she wanted to help her people learn to fly, at least in the movie. But then that kind of went out the window. Izzy just seems to break people's crap. Like, she does the whole unicycling thing, which makes sense to her talent.
I haven't seen some of the later ones.
Yeah, her talent
spoiled it.
I'm sorry. Well, she crafts things, but creates, makes things, which she did in the movie too. But she's kind of just destructive, and it doesn't seem to go anywhere. Yeah, that was the thing. Zip was like super sciencey, super math oriented, wanted to help people, and then all of a sudden it's like, detective. It didn't make a lot of sense.
Easy.
I don't know. I do wish the characters would focus more on what their objectives were in the movie, as opposed to like tacking stuff, feeling like they tacked something on after the fact. Sunny has at least stayed consistent. You can complain about a Hitch, but what's the point? It's Hitch.
You complain about Hitch all the time.
Well, the animal thing doesn't seem to make any sense to me. I don't know.
Because they have to have somebody be the Fluttershy.
Kind of, but like his thing is like law enforcement, which is fine, but the animal thing doesn't seem to be related to his talent whatsoever. It's just there. Like Fluttershy's talent was animals. That's what her cutie mark was a representative of. His isn't. He just can talk to animals. And you just accept it. So it doesn't feel like there's as much forethought put in place.
Go get the booze.
Yes. Would you want booze? I kind of get this. There you go. Oh, we got drink it all. Fantastic. I saw you got new cans. I was confused for like a second.
Oh, yeah, the new one's over there now.
Yeah.
Let's take another of the same.
Well, that's good, because I think that's all you got up there.
No, I put the rest in the door.
Nah.
Dehydrate, working on it. Oh, I wasn't watching you guys for a little bit. Here, let me catch up. Hello, Cloudberry Pone. Will you ever make a tutorial on how to animate? That is a very difficult one to make difficult for one, and then there's a reason why not for the other. It's difficult to make because there's too much. That's like asking asking somebody a tutorial on how to build a car or something. There's a lot to it, but also because there's a ton of information already out there on how to animate, and they're probably closer to what you should know, where I'm going to be doing it the way that I've just learned myself. There's the 12 principles, and otherwise a lot of it is just grab some models and play around. So I wouldn't be able to make one. It's just not something that's possible that I think would actually work or be of any value. So probably not. I'd like to find or make tutorials where I find small little things that people might not know about the software or with animating that in SFM just make the experience easier. Those some singers have fashion brands. Yeah, but like I said, it's the main thing with that is they normally just contract out somebody else to do all the work. All they're doing is selling their name, and they get a percentage of the profit for giving them the right to use their name. Ziblig Man science according to Hasbro, maybe she can make a particle accelerator or something. That seems like moving from like I'm good at algebra to I can solve the mysteries of the universe. Hasbro's focusing on selling merch to kids rather than allowing a single showrunner to craft a lore-friendly piece of entertainment. I think they're trying to find characters that are different from the originals so they can market them a little differently. Like before, they didn't really have... They had a diva, but now this one is music. So now it's like you have different product that you can advertise for that. I think everybody's a little different compared to before. So they're trying to, I think, cover more ground. My drink comes in a minute. I don't have any. Mike, bring me a water. Give the bottle. It's in the door. In the bottom of the door on the right. Just bring the bottle. Oh, I'm gonna get water. Hold on. He's upstairs now. Before he used to be around the corner. Now he's got to go upstairs. Soon. I want to get a mini fridge in here. Okay, so bring me water, please. Well, I would yell again, but I don't want to yell in the mic to you guys either, too. Well, sure. Can her eyes get wider? Technically.
Why you let them force you to drink that stuff? It's nasty.
There we go. That's better. Okay, so what do I got in a row here? I got to dehydrate first. Okay, so I'm drinking. It's a Castle Cream Ale from Castle Danger Brewery. They're up by Duluth, Minnesota. I drove right by them when we were up there for July 4th, and I almost wanted to stop and pick up some stuff, but didn't. But instead, we found some at a local place, and it is actually really good. So, yeah, cool. Cheers, Blair. I'm just gonna get Pac-Man's out of the way. So, the Pac-Man fan, cheers.
Pac-Man. Wee.
And then cheers to water too.
You know what would be better instead of if you were to hydrate, you should make coffee ahead of time.
I used to have a coffee at the beginning of streams, but that was not a good idea to drink coffee at 6 or 7 p.m.
Why not?
And cheers again.
I think it'd be amazing if you just back and forth between coffee and booze. Like, think about how hyped up drunk you'd get.
Just find some Four Loko, the old ones.
Yeah.
That's all that was. It was energy drink with alcohol in it.
Can't get those no more.
Yeah, you can still buy Four Loko.
Oh, again?
Yeah, it's just not the same.
Are you dehydrated enough?
No, apparently not.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, cheers, Floofy. Drink a cup of coffee in a Cuphead cup. They probably exist. I would think.
Pac-Man, do you work for the people who make Cuphead? I haven't seen any of the series. I've mixed things about it. I've heard from some people it's good and some people it's not good. I haven't heard a whole lot of middle ground. People seem to either love it or hate it.
We're gonna see if we can find the console command for Fog. I think if I enable this,
I think that turned the fog on and the fog was already on. You want to do 0 to turn it off.
It says I can't use override because server has SV unless the server.
Oh, you gotta turn off the cheats.
Wait.
You gotta set it to 0.
No, it says
okay.
unless it's set to 1.
Okay. So now you...
Okay, no, now it's at work, but it's still not working. Oh, wait, no, that just gave me the override. Let me see if now it's going to...
Oh.
'Cause I've never had to do that before, so now I'm curious.
They're gonna get lost in the soup. Must be unique.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on for that. So, fog over...
Your refrigerator's all the way upstairs, and so is the booze. It's nightmare, Sunset. The booze, it's so far away. And to travel.
Oh, there we go. It worked.
You did it.
Okay, so fog is turned off. So that was weird. I've never had it where I had to enable cheats. And that I remember anyway. Think...
Alcohol.
Did I miss one? No, I didn't. Okay, good. Alcohol. Well, thank you, Floopy, for the sub. And yes, booze. Where's the refrigerator? I can't hear the refrigerator. Oh, the Michael dropping the ice.
This refrigerator is much better about not having me do that.
Yeah. So
but...
I'm in the basement now, and the refrigerator's above us. I'm going to be getting a mini fridge. I don't think I'm going to get it in here, mainly because when the condenser kicks in, it's just loud. So I probably get a mini fridge, but it'll probably be like just outside the door or like in the maintenance room or something.
But you should have the mini fridge behind wherever you put the bar. And I kind of want the bar.
It'll be right out there. But also the bars is going to be like end game. I'm not getting, because that's going to probably cost a lot to get that.
Can we just
installed.
like keep a bottle of whiskey down here for emergencies?
Emergency bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
No, I want to get a mini fridge and some stuff, but the bar's later, much later.
Seems like a priority to me, but you know, I have my wishes once.
There we go.
The bar area is gonna be nice. It'll be nice when we have everything, but I feel like everything that he wants to happen here isn't gonna happen for probably like, what would you say, a year?
I said that all the things that I want to have done to where I can feel like I have the things in here that I want, and like I consider that like, or all the things in here that I need to feel like the bare minimum is probably going to take another 2 to 3 months to get there. Mainly because...
Does that include the bar?
No, the bar is a want, not a need.
Okay.
So that's further down the line. No, because I want to get a nice bar, and that's going to probably be pricey, but I have other priorities, like all the windows upstairs need to be replaced, and that's very expensive. We're talking 5 digits on the easy, so it's going to take... Oh, that's going to cut into my budget a lot. I have a lot of things I want to do well before I start putting in a bar. There's still just a big empty room down here. I had to get the podcast like actually figured out of what the end game for that's going to be. It actually has some neat stuff that I put in there or got it going right now, but I still have a bit to go.
I was going to say the neatest thing you got in there is already in there, and it's this. You see, he's got all these network cables running out the door, and there's a little like switch on a cardboard box that is the internet for this room right now, which runs through a air vent.
Yes. So
it's fantastic.
The modem is on the other side of this wall, but the problem is to get my server to actually turn on, you have to have it assigned an IP, and it cannot be assigned an IP through an unmanaged switch, which is what I was using. It has to be connected to a router of some sort. So and I don't have some of the other stuff done yet, so I had to get it to the modem, but the modem is literally about 7 feet that way, but I have to run it all the way around, but the cables I had weren't long enough because I have to get that then hooked up the switch to 3 other computers. So it's a janky setup with cables holding on.
So you're just going to drill a hole in the wall there, right?
Yes, I will be getting putting like 2 or 3 holes in the wall with some panels, and I'm gonna be running all of my computer cables to put the computers in the other room. So then, all computer noise is behind 2 layers of drywall.
You're gonna get those plastic things that you like what you put on the desk, so that it can like make the hole look nice.
You can get wall panels that are just they have an opening. And then, like, you can do the ones with, like, the rubber they can go through or something. So, no, that was the plan. I was going to do something like that. Okay. So, just so that it looked nicer. I think that I'm thinking about getting, like, just a rail there, just with, like a curtain. Because it's just a closet behind me. Like, let me see if I can get the camera back there. This is just the jank setup right now. It's just a closet, and my computer's just back there. I can't turn it any more than that. So, it's that's just a temporary bit for that I could get a run today. There we go. But yeah, once that's set up, the nice thing is having a room that has no buildup of heat from a computer. I can literally run the fans at 100% and not hear it. Stuff like that, kind of nice. So, at least you put best horse.
She's the best horse on this blanket.
Yes.
She smells nice too.
That's weird.
Because I washed it. It smells like laundry detergent. The horses smell nice.
I don't care about the parts right behind her. So I'm trying to just cover that area.
Need a felt painting of Derpy reclining on a couch in the back. That would be pretty awesome.
Oh,
we could just fill this entire room with horses. Do you know what you're gonna do with this whole back area? I almost feel like the podcast stuff could have been in here.
I thought about doing it that way. The reason I didn't is I felt that would allow my camera to go back as far as I wanted. Where if I did it in here, it feels like I'd be wasting a lot of space for some things that it was just didn't make sense.
Well, what are you going to do with all that area space?
I have a couple ideas. Originally, the idea was to turn it into a semi-theater bit where it gets some like nice theater seating, a big TV on the wall, and then I can also put a camera over there. So then when we're doing like,
I feel like you could put a bigger TV out there.
No, I can't because the ceilings are too low.
Oh, that's right, Adam.
In the one room I'm going to use for the TV, the biggest TV I can get was I could go to 75, but if I went to 75, I'd be scraping the ceiling, and that's a little weird, especially with the light reflecting off of it from the TV. So I went to 65, and mainly because I broke my other TV.
He did. He cooked it.
Yeah, it got cooked.
I feel like if we had put a chicken in your car, we could have eaten it.
TV got so hot that we actually couldn't touch it. We had to get gloves.
Yes.
Because of the delays in the move, I forgot it was in my car, and we ended up getting it hours afterwards when it was 95 and sunny in my car. And half of the screen was in the sun. So, yeah, it caused burn-in, and some of the background of the LED screen got burned off, which really sucks. So I had to get a whole new one.
Yeah.
How's new streaming digs? It's basic. That's what it is right now.
We exist in a white void.
Yeah, we're in a white void right now. I don't even have the lights set up because, like I said, I'm going to be tearing all this down like in 2 days. So setting up all the lights just didn't make sense. So I just did this.
We got a light. It's right over there. It's lighting us up pretty nicely.
For those that have always thought about or want to do streaming and have nice quality stuff, you do not need a nice quality camera. You only need nice or decent lighting. So as long as you get some nice like 3-point lighting or something on you, you can have the cheapest webcam and it'll look good. I feel like this is a nice camera, but it still kind of looks meh because I don't have any lights.
I don't know. I think the lighting right now looks better than it did before. Let's ask. Don't look at me like that. Chat. Do you think this lighting looks better than it did before?
No, it doesn't.
Don't influence their...
The one thing I like about this room right now is just the general lighting is brighter overall. So I before at the old one, if I didn't have any lights, it was way too dark.
Well, that's just it.
No, see, everybody's saying
No, yeah, but they're not seeing what I'm seeing, which is less of my face.
No.
And it's much better.
I can. We'll write an AI program that makes it so that every time it detects your face, it just
Focuses. It knows.
it just blurs it automatically.
Oh. It's okay. We do have the advantage of the light being right there, so. But I am kind of behind a wall. He's well lit, but I'm kind of like in the shade.
There's a light right there, but this light's more white, and this one's basically like tungsten. So it's really weird, and I'm gonna probably replace that bulb.
Yeah, bright light. You can't replace that one.
I can't. So the light that's up here is actually LED strips. It's super efficient because of that, but they're actually LED strips that are in there. Super bright LED strips.
The thing is, they're white light LED strips.
Yeah.
Which means that they're all 3 colors combined to make a white light. That's how those ones work.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense that it's not adjustable. I bet there's some way to adjust the color on that light.
No, because like the LED lights that I used to have, those were bicolor. So it was 2 LEDs, one that was the tungsten, one that was white, and then you could just change the ratio between those two. But they weren't. There was not RGB. My RGB one had 3 separate LEDs for it.
Yeah,
and I don't think that's what that is. Bit on the reddish side. Yeah. It's because that light right there. The one above me, you can actually see it. The reflection of my arm. This one is the light above me, and that's white. But all the rest of it is yellow because that light is very yellow.
I feel like I need to powder before all of these things because I'm super shiny apparently.
You are very shiny.
I am shiny. It's because I only eat bacon, and so I just exude bacon.
Michael is delicious.
Actually, my meals today consisted of 2 corn dogs, 2 packs of top ramen, and then the slightly burnt pizza I ate before running down here.
Delicious.
Yeah. He's kind of cute, but she wants to do bad things to good horses. Oh no. It's a glowy eyes. Michael living the dream. We've been eating a lot of frozen food. Oh no.
Yeah, we've been, because most of the times, like, even from a week off, I was just exhausted by the time evening came around. So we've been eating a lot of frozen foods for the last couple of weeks, or the last week or so, especially when we were moving because we just couldn't cook.
My boss brought me the food his children wouldn't eat for lunch.
So does that look better than the dark version? I think it does. I think that my problem right now is that background is just so...
You were complaining before it was too dark, and what now? It's too blue and
no, I think I don't have any of the focal anything set up. Let's do that quick. So let's put it to there, and then we'll put it to like mid aperture. See, that's a bit better. Okay. It just felt like there was a lack of distance. Maybe the fill light needs to be a little bit brighter though.
Yeah, maybe you should call it the Philly light. Because there's a small horse.
I'm okay with that. We'll go with that.
Good. I'm going to assume you were talking to me.
Yes.
Put some onions in the meat and rum. That's what Draft was saying. No, it's about simplicity. If I'm in the back in the break room chopping up onions and like cuts of chicken, this is a whole throw it in the microwave inside of a Tupperware container for 3 minutes and then sprinkle the flavor packets that came with, and then I eat it and then I go back to work. I'm poor. I can't afford these things. Like onions.
I'm not poor.
I'm poor.
You always just act poor.
It's because I grew up. It's the stuff I grew up with.
You were comfortably middle class, Michael.
Well, yeah, now, but why should I waste money on things that, besides like 3-month-old eggs and top ramen? I did eat 3 months 3 months expired eggs this weekend.
I
They're
eat-
fine.
I
eat some of them.
I wanted to eat lunch and I didn't know what to eat, so I just grabbed the chips and salsa, but the salsa was 2 weeks expired.
Salsa doesn't expire. Anything that's got vinegar in it doesn't expire.
It was paste though.
Yeah, but don't you want your salsa to be like not watery?
It's paste. Paste is watery.
Oh, I thought you
salsa.
said it was paste.
No, it was paste. No, if I have a watery salsa, it better be pico de gala.
I don't want a watery salsa, period.
Pico de gala, though, I like it with a little bit of the liquid because the liquid itself is good. In a salsa, the liquid is not so good. I like pico de gala, but that's a different kind of salsa. So, but I already ate on my pico de gala, so I just had chips, a cupcake for breakfast, and for lunch a bologna sandwich with Dorito toppings. Wow, that
sounds good. I don't know about the cupcake for
You're
breakfast.
rich with
though.
friends.
That's
Aw.
too much sugar makes me nauseous.
Is her lighting look okay? Wait.
I mean,
Well, for one, her wings
her
are
wings
floaty.
seem like they're kind of floaty.
I know these ones I can just
Drop.
like. Where's the? Oh, there's okay. It's like this. I'm going to have to. Just looking for there it is. I am going to have to play with her mane a lot, so that's a separate thing. Her mane's always a bitch.
No, like growing up, I learned to live with the bare minimum. So like now that I actually have money, I still don't mind the bare minimum a lot of the time. So I'm happy eating like garbage food.
This is the one thing I do not like about Chrysalis. This part right here. Her mane. I love the fact that you can get some amazing detail on her as a character by animating the mane, but I absolutely hate actually having to do the work
Because there's so many bones.
There's so many bones. Like her hair alone has 14 bones. All
That is
between
a lot.
between all of her bones. Some are automated, some are not.
But I bet if they weren't all there, it would look awful.
But the best part about her is the fact that you can do all of that. So like here, because her head is down, so let's just say I'm gonna treat this all right here. So I'm gonna go scene by bit by bit. So I want her hair to have gravity pulling it down. So we want to have it there, and we want to have that one. I can't pull down too far. We're gonna do it like this. There.
I suppose.
What is that? Saying it delivered? Oh no, something else was being shipped. I have so many packages coming.
I have a grill that's taking its sweet time.
You ordered one thing. I think
did.
I currently have about 14 packages coming, 2 of which are three of which are couches. And yeah, I have it's so much stuff coming.
There was a perfectly good couch at the thrift place we could have got. It was like $8.
Is that how it jumps from there to there? Okay, so I can't think too deep with this, because if I go like too far forward with this, it starts getting weirdly twisted. So we're gonna keep it. Oh, that's not too bad.
Are they gonna bring it into the house? The furniture people.
The first people bringing stuff is only upstairs, and yes, it was like $300 in shipping.
Yeah.
So yes, they better bring it inside.
$300? We could have just picked it up at the store. What do you mean no?
No, it's 3 different couches.
So
We would have to go there 3 different times.
we wouldn't have to go 3 different times. We'd just get a big trailer.
Yeah, but no, we'd have to go at least twice because they're coming in 2 sets.
Still
No, it was
$300.
the amount of to rent a trailer, pay the gas, go there and do everything. It was easier on 3 separate pieces to just have them do it.
Strapped it to the top of the car.
Okay, so let's keep her main. Oh yeah, I was doing her main fully from here. Oh, Dark Lord, welcome.
They didn't throw it out. They gave it to the thrift place. I don't know where the thrift store gets all of its stuff. Yard sales?
Donations.
That's where Goodwill gets their stuff. I didn't think the others got theirs there.
That's the same place says donations around back. It's all by well, a thrift store should be a nonprofit through donations. A pawn shop is the one that makes it from profit.
That's the difference. We didn't go to Goodwill. That actually surprised me. I figured that would be one of the ones you'd go to.
Goodwill is fine and dandy, but
It's going to be different for every store, I would think.
no, it is. It's still different everywhere. But I feel like everybody knows Goodwill, but those little tiny, well, I wouldn't even call them tiny, but those little one hit stop ones where they don't have anywhere else in the cities, those are going to be the ones you're going to find unique things because everybody's going to go to Goodwill. So
There's one pretty close to here, though, isn't there?
there's a lot of them around here. There's actually there's one just off of 55, and then I thought there's one just north of here, and I think there's another one east of here. They're everywhere.
Yeah, I know we've passed a few.
I used to go to the one on 55, but mainly I always went there mainly for glassware, and I couldn't find anything I liked until just recently.
Yeah, you, I don't know what you're going to do with all the glassware you got.
Okay, so this right here is a swing, so we're not going to do anything with that. We're instead going to look at where the main ends up.
Like, is that green thing around Chrysalis, like, some clothing she's wearing? Or is that, like, part of her?
It's a carapace, I believe.
No, not the back. Like, the thing around her waist. Like, that's fabric, isn't it? Like, is that like a corset for buck horses?
I think it's supposed to make it look like a saddle. She's wearing a carapace saddle.
Buck horses are born with saddles. It's kind of cute. She's the only buck horse with hair.
Because the others are drones. They're trying to. I think they want to remove the personality from them.
Well, like, Ocellus never had hair, right? Like, is that how you can, like, know who the queen is? The ones who have hair?
I think the idea was to make her stand out a little bit, yes.
She's like, I'm trying to understand, like, buck horse hive, like, hierarchy. Like a queen in a hive is going to look very different than the other bugs, but it's like one of the standout things is they get hair. Like, so none of the other bugs ever became a queen because they didn't have hair.
So if you want to become a queen, grow hair.
Well, you don't get to grow hair until you become a queen. That's just queen stuff.
This is definitely not good. So the jiggles are kind of misbehaving on a lot of this, and I think especially like this one right here.
I'd be worried about buying secondhand furniture just because I have fear of, like, bed bugs and stuff, but I would think the thrift stores would check that out before they brought it inside.
I wouldn't guarantee it.
I mean,
because most of the times it's a drop off.
Yeah, but they probably don't bring it inside until they've, like, given it a pretty thorough inspection, because the last thing they need is everything in their store being ruined by a bed bug infestation.
They require a certificate of release.
It's greasy antennas. That's a lot of antennas.
Okay, so 3, 4, and then 4, I think. Okay. So now these... Oh, there's not that one. Wait, are these two connected? Okay, good. No, it's not that one. Okay, I had these wrong. This one. Okay. So we want to have this mane kind of flow backwards a little bit. And so when it comes forward, I want to have it mainly this one. We want to have this one swing in a little bit.
I always did like the headcanon of mine where they were basically Ocellus was being trained to become the next Hive Queen. Or she was being what would you call it when you're like trying to prepare somebody for a position? It's like a role position.
I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think of the word for it too. It's at the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, it's like when you're like preparing somebody to be in a place of like royal standing or something. So you send them off to like the best schools and
Grooming.
yeah.
You're grooming them to be.
Yeah, to be. So if you skip forward, maybe Ocellus would have hair.
Let's catch up on chat here. I'm with you, Michael. I grew up poor and learned how to live poor, and it's hard to adjust to being able to afford food. Yeah, I can understand that.
I mean, I still am very hesitant when I see some prices, especially lately.
There's some things I'll buy cheap on, but usually it comes down to if you're say buying or if the difference between something is $3 and $4, I don't think of one being $4. I think of it being only $1 difference, and it's something that's worth the $1 because I'm already going to spend the $3.
See, you look at something at $3 and $4 and go, I'll buy the $4 one. I look at something that's $3 and $4 and go, holy crap, that's too expensive. I'm just going to get ramen again.
No, it's I mean, my family had a bit of a rough spot, but my parents just did what they could to hide it.
Parents could not hide it.
But they still were fairly well off in general. My dad worked his ass off, but it's still, he ended up he had a lot of benefits on his side that many other people wouldn't have.
Did he have amazing hair?
As amazing as my bald ass is.
I've always been told when it comes to that, you always have to look at your mother's brothers. Does your mom have any brothers?
Nope.
You had nothing.
No, it is all of my mom's siblings were sisters.
Sisters. Huh? No, I have two uncles, and one I saw regularly was he basically had the same hairline as I have, and I was looking at him when I was younger. I was like, oh no. But just take the genetics you get, I guess. And the best you would have to look at is like after that is be like your grandmother's brothers, but by that point it's kind of probably already bald regardless. Every once in a while, you'll see a super old dude with a full head of hair, and you'll wonder how they did it. And the answer is probably money. Like,
yeah, they
95% of the time.
They have methods to do it, but the way I see it is I just don't care enough. Supposedly, some researchers recently figured out what they think will be a way to reverse balding, but they're
besides surgery,
and would force your hair follicles to regrow. But they still have time.
I hope it's just like, turns out it's bacon grease, just rub it on your head. Works like a charm. It's like, why haven't we been doing this for years? Like, just figured it out. So cook up some bacon, slather it on your head, poof. Beautiful, beautiful hair. Wouldn't that be amazing? Our fridge would be filled with bacon, and then we would eat the bacon, and then we would like dip our heads in the bacon. And bacon would be the true savior of the world.
No, there's supposedly some molecule that normally it's a runaway thing that causes the hair follicles that die not to redo something, and so they're trying to figure out if they can figure out a way to manufacture that chemical. You might be able to spur your skin into regrowing.
I've been using the Rogaine stuff, and the point of that is just to keep the hair follicles open in the hopes they'll regrow.
Well, once a hair follicle, once it dies, can only be reinvigorated after like 2 or 3 years. Anything after that, it's just dead.
Yeah.
This is about creating new follicles.
Well, that's what the surgeries do. The hair transplants.
Hair transplant is about taking a hair follicle from an area you do have hair, literally pulling it out and pushing it into your head in the new spot.
Yeah.
And then you will have all of that hair fall out, but then it will regrow from there. But it's
take it from your like soft back hair.
They'll take it from. No, they usually take it from. They'll pick random hairs from within a thicker area, so it'll thin that out a little bit to fill.
I'd rather them just take it off my back. I don't need that hair.
I'm pretty sure that it's going to look very different.
No,
but you know what? You do you.
Dye it. It's all going to look the same.
Okay.
Got a mane back there.
That's nice to know.
Michael, do you happen to like bacon? Bacon's pretty good. Sausage is better. I will die on that hill. If I had to have like a breakfast with either bacon or sausage, I would choose sausage every time.
I usually do bacon just because for some reason sausage just never settles with me in the morning.
It's the same animal.
It's just something about the way it's cooked or I don't know. It's just sausage always hits my stomach differently.
Would you rather wear a wig or be bald? Like completely bald?
Well, it depends. It's about how much you care. I don't care enough to wear a wig.
I care enough to where if I lost the front, which is already thinning, if I lost the front of the hair, I'd probably just shave my head. That'd be it. Because I don't want to be the guy with like the horseshoe hair thing going on. Because I think that looks awful. As poor as this looks, I would very much rather have a full head of hair.
So you actually care. I just haven't done anything because I just don't care. Let it go. I mean, I'm like, oh no, my hair's gone.
I mean, you want to be as presentable as you can possibly manage. Look, I'm trying.
Like, no, but you're like, there's so many other things you could do, but your hair is what you prioritize because that's what you think matters.
Just a little bit. I don't know. It keeps the sunburn away.
Yeah,
my scalp has been peeling all day.
Yeah, so we went to Sociables on Sunday to have a couple drinks outside, and every time we go do that, I bring suntan lotion and I cover myself up and I do everything I can to make sure that I don't get too much sun, and I'll normally walk away perfectly fine. He refuses to wear suntan lotion for anything, weird. So he walked away the biggest fucking tomato. Like his face was just bright red sunburn.
I didn't even feel it.
And his arms bright red sunburn, and he does that constantly. He's just asking for skin cancer. Because something is uncomfortable, he would rather just die.
Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt. I've never got sunburn where it hurts.
What? I have gotten sunburned so many times where I'm in pain.
No, it doesn't hurt. Like, I might have been red, but I wasn't in any kind of pain. Turn my head into a laser weapon by the sun. With as shiny as I am, I could probably just like redirect sunlight to one of those like solar plants. Like they got all the mirrors surrounding it. I could just sit out there with my bald head. Just contribute.
No, you need a suntan lotion because every time you burn, or actually even anytime the skin touches or the sun touches your skin, you run the risk of skin cancer.
I thought it was good for you. That's what my parents always used to say. Go outside. The sun's good for you.
The sun's good for you, sure, but I don't think burning that severe is what they meant.
I didn't burn that bad.
You were bright fucking red. Like, I looked at you and it was hilarious.
See? That's why I should be doing it, is for your entertainment. It's fun. You know what? I'm starting to like Crystals more and more. I didn't used to like Crystals because she's a weird bug horse, but she's kind of a cute bug horse. I would rather put on something that feels weird than getting burned. It doesn't hurt though.
It's not about being hurt.
But it feels all nasty and slimy, and then you touch things, and those things become all greasy, and then like it's nasty.
The whole point of it is to keep you from having skin cancer. I already know one coworker who her father had to have all of the skin removed from his arm, or removed. They had to transplant it from his leg to his arm and the side of his head because he was a truck driver, didn't wear suntan lotion.
I'm outside,
burned
a few
everything.
Hours a week.
It's not about instant, or it's not about how much. It's the more times you just do it, every time it's a roll of dice.
Maybe I'm trying to get a tan.
There are much better ways to do that.
I didn't understand that.
See? She agrees. She doesn't understand what you're on about. Thank you, phone. Randomly just said something. Backing me up. This phone, like, all the time, just listens. Doesn't answer questions. Like, is this like, hey Google? Nothing. Siri? Nothing. What activates you? I have no idea. Sunburn. Casablanca. What makes this phone scream at me? Hey boo boo. Didn't work.
If I could rename it, I would so name, like, if I would get an Alexa if I could change it to say, "Hey boo boo."
You can.
Hey boo.
You can. Hey boo.
Turn on the big basket's lights.
Yes.
And if it actually had the Yogi Bear.
Oh, that'd be
Or
amazing.
Boo Boo or something. That'd be pretty good.
Okay, Yogi.
Yeah,
Just every time. And nothing you ask, anything you ask, it just goes, okay, Yogi.
I would do that.
Amazing.
I want that now.
Yes, that needs to exist. Please, commercial empires. Make it happen. There's a book. But she doesn't have to worry about sunburn. It's got like a carapace.
Just tough. Because she's has like a darker skin like that doesn't mean that she could burn any less.
Carapace. It's not skin, which is why
it's got to be malleable enough for her to move, though.
Yeah, but bugs can move.
Yeah, but it's because all of their different shells overlap or whatever. I don't think hers works that way.
Well, is it skin then? She's a bug. I'm pretty sure it's carapace. Like, no, like, look at her chest. That's a line. That's an overlapping carapace. See, that's why I don't like the bug horses. Because they're kind of cute, but then you go to boop their snoots, and they're hard. You need soft snoots. Soft snoots are important.
Okay, the hair looks pretty good now. So yeah, it just sucks. But it's being able to make something that kind of realistically bounces around, and then having this one right here. I wish that the bones were a little different. Like, I don't like how this one bends at such a harsh angle. I wish that it had a more gradual gradient to the mapping of it, but you can just add so much more detail to something like that. Here, I think that this is turning down a little quick. We're going to turn that down a little bit.
Luigi, if you cover yourself in raid, I feel like Chrysalis won't get to you in time to steal your soul. Because you'll be dead. Do not cover yourself in raid. That should be we're going to turn that into a public service.
I don't think it has nothing to do with Chrysalis. Just don't do it.
Yes, just don't spray yourself down in raid. I did it once. It wasn't fun.
Nolan says his father got skin cancer and has a bunch of scars on his back. Yeah, and that was that coworker. Her father died from it, and so she is big on.
He was out in the sun like every day.
Yeah, but it only takes that one time that it caused it. It's not about a buildup. It's not like when a cell dies.
I know how it works.
Yeah, and all it takes is the one instance where it doesn't, and it's supposed to. So it's just about rolling the dice. He just rolled it way more than most.
I think we should get rid of the sun.
You can start your flat Earth movement all you want.
Hello, shooting star.
Hello, shooting star.
Have you thought of your ending yet? Because I've thought of like 20 and you didn't like any of them.
Because they all sucked.
I think the one where she's like, then Crystal's like world domination, and then Cozy's kind of like, I'm gonna get started right away, and she just runs off. And then there's like this moment Crystal's has.
It doesn't.
She's thinking about it.
It's not a good quick ending. I would rather have her say something. I want to have her say something in response to Chrysalis.
But then have Chrysalis just followed up immediately with, and then the world domination. Well, not even going to Cozy Glow yet. Bing, bang, boom, baby time, and then the world. And then the world. And then Cozy Glow would be like, the world? I'm gonna get started right away.
Or have her say, like, why do you want, or why would you want so many babies? And have her just say tax benefits or tax write-off. Something that's not Bug Horse related. Something that's completely left field. I think something like that would be. I don't mind having her give the punchline for that.
It's not scope creep. He's just trying to figure out a way to end it.
Yeah, it's just figuring out how to end it. And really, that's just them going back and forth conversing. That's easy. I'm more worried on scope creep, where you're bringing in new characters and new scenes. I'm not doing any of that. I would really, if Crystal's going to say something, I just copy paste this over to the next one and add a little bit of animation. That's really easy.
I don't think you want to scope creep on this one, particularly because the direction it would go is like, because they're gonna be like, show me how it's done, and then they go on a magical adventure of like,
where are you going with this, Michael?
No, this is why I'm saying don't scope creep this one.
I like this face. Oh yeah, this one. Oh, and
that split.
Okay, let's at least get that figured out. Okay, so I am gonna have to do some weird shit on the render for this. That's gonna be really annoying to fix her eyes so that they're not there. I'm getting it. Oh yeah, there it's working. It's here that it's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna have to do it a little bit right here, but I might be able to fix that in another way, or not care enough. The world, is that a JoJo reference? I don't know if I want to touch JoJo, and I don't get the reference myself, so probably not.
I've never seen it.
She pulls out a taser. Can I help train them? The problem is with that is she's asking about where babies come from, so I would think that I want to keep that down, that same mentality of if she asks that question, she's looking for that specific answer, so she's not going to deviate from that topic.
She could just ask
much.
why. 'Cause that's what a kid would do. But why? I'm still
Tax write-off.
It could do tax write-off.
I like tax write-off because it makes no sense.
I'm still stuck on world domination because that's something Closey Glow would be interested in. But I mean, I'm just the rock that sits to your left.
But see, that's just
drinks booze.
But then it's just like world domination, and then it's like, but it's not really that funny.
You wouldn't end it there.
No, then you're asking for even more.
You have to go back to cozy after that.
Yeah, but then you're implying children doing weird things. If you made her get excited and run off, then now I am implying things. You know what? I'm not doing that.
That's fair. I mean, that is a fair yes. But that implication is what would be funny when Chrysalis realizes it. Like, no, wait. Stop. Chat, how are you all doing? I haven't asked that yet today.
I hope your last week was good.
Yes. Even better than normal, I'd imagine, because you didn't have to deal with us. It was boring.
It's boring. Well.
Yeah, he was just stuck at home, not watching us with his wife. Boring.
Silver yawn.
Oh.
See, Michael started that, so
Yeah,
Silver should be angry at him.
I guess. You're tired like always, Sir Edward. Well, me too. Especially this week. Last week was uneventful, but the moment you're doing fine. Well, I'm glad to hear you're doing fine after an uneventful weekend. I'm looking forward to an uneventful, weekend eventually. I don't know when that'll ever happen.
Yeah, so last weekend was pretty uneventful.
It was.
We got to do a bonfire.
We got. That's an event, isn't it?
Yeah, but okay. Next time we have a bonfire, you're not invited. You're too tired.
I've told you what my dream weekend is me on the floor, drooling, not moving, and then
No, because you would get so bored so quick.
No, because you would walk by every once in a while and shove the little pizza thing. What do they make?
Pizza Hot Pockets?
No, not pizza Hot Pocket. Tostitos pizza rolls.
Pizza.
Yeah, you shove a pizza roll in my mouth every so often as you walk by, and I would be content as I continue to drool on the floor after consuming copious amounts of pizza rolls. And I won't say when I want a pizza roll. I won't say pizza roll because that's too much work. I'm just gonna make a moaning noise until you come by.
You're gonna get so bored, though.
No, I'm very tired. I'll be sleeping most of it.
You're gonna get bored because you're gonna Okay. But what about video games?
The one video game I've been playing, I don't even want to play it anymore.
I know, but there's plenty of games.
I gotta finish it. If I don't finish it, it's just my childhood all over again.
No, but that's why there's plenty of games to play, so it's not that one that's going to stop you.
No, I gotta finish the mod. I'm 95% done with that.
You've said that for months.
I haven't said that for months. I've been working on it for months until the move, and then I did stop working on it because of the move. It's all your fault.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is your fault. Now I gotta listen to Draft complain about every little thing he's finding at the house. I just nod my head. It's like, it's not my concern.
It's the same thing here. Find little things afterwards.
Yeah. Except the previous owners don't like. Well, you can't go to the previous owners and be like, this, and this. They're free. They're free of you and your tyranny.
Yes. I never met them.
Yep. It's better that way. That's gonna be fun. I did leave him a picture of Derpy wearing socks with bedroom eyes on the windowsill. He found it and he thought I just forgot it. But no, I told him I left it for him. So it was a gift. It was a cute gift.
Okay. It's a little fast, I think, for this still. Yeah, we're going to take this right here, and we're just going to round that a little bit.
It blows my mind that he's going to a pony convention at the end of next month. Because he swore up and down he never would.
Okay, I think that's fine now. Is there anything about her hair otherwise that I want to change? Oh, her wings are kind of clipping the hair, I guess. There's that.
Hi, PC. It's like, hi, my... Oh, hi, Art. You lit up my day. Like, oh, and the other guy.
Well, Michael's fired now.
That's fair. It's bound to happen eventually. It's all just been borrowed time. So, awesome person. What bug is Chrysalis? She makes me think of like a dung beetle.
But this poop.
Yeah,
She poop horse?
She poop horse. She collects poop. And like presents it to like other poop bugs. They can have poop bug babies. And this is what this is about.
Okay. It's gotta do those just little things. Where's the name? Is it this one? No, it's that one. This one. Yes.
Why does she have sharp teeth? That doesn't make sense.
Because she's a villain.
Yeah. Like if like I feel like if evolution had a say and the whole thing was draining emotions, she'd have like just a big like a sucker fish on the front of her face, and she would just latch onto ponies. The more I think about that, the more I realize I should stop.
Yeah, Michael.
I love how the buy some apples and the parachute made it to the final render. Yes, that was a good joke in that one.
Yeah, it was funny. So it's one of those little minor jokes that you can throw in, and it just works. Because if people miss it, oh well. If they catch it, even better.
My favorite part was as she was parachuting, she didn't even try to grab Apple Bloom. I can understand her not trying to save all the children, but she didn't even try to save her sister.
Oh, she couldn't reach.
She's like right behind her.
She's got a lot of strength, but not flexible.
She's too muscle bound. JK, I don't care. that video is done and done. A part of the past. We've moved on to poop horses now.
I'm gonna see if I just move her wings backwards, like here, does it make sense? Yeah, it still looks fine.
No sunset. Oh, that's a poop horse. She collects poop because she's a dung beetle horse.
I don't even really need to worry about. Well, I wonder if I should back the camera up just a little bit. Problem with doing the shorts version is normally I could go like, if I wanted to do a super close up, I could do like something like that, but I can't.
Yeah, sure you can.
No, because in a short it would just be a snoot.
No, yeah, exactly. That's what people want. They want snoots.
Okay, well we'll fix this for you then.
There you go.
So this is there. So the whole video is just gonna be like.
That's a very close up of that snoot. Very important. Not too close. There you go. Good snoot. I am curious to know whether it is a hard snoot or a soft snoot. The jury is still out.
Maybe you could send the creators a message and say, "Hey, I need you to settle this debate."
Yes. Who created Chrysalis?
Well, it's like they had a debate not long ago, wasn't it, regarding hard hoof or soft hoof?
Yes. Hard hooves or soft hooves, yes. Because you want, like, they're horses, they should have hard hooves, but they're also marshmallows, so you got soft hooves. And I just like some of the back and forth. The best part of that whole thing was just the back and forth. Just but the pony creators are like, no, I have soft hooves for hugging and boops.
Okay.
And Chad horses, they're hard hooves.
So the hardest scenes are done. All that's left really is this one where I probably just need to give Cadence a little bit of motion. That's about it. Maybe a little bit more to him. That's already. This one's basically. I haven't cleaned it up, but that's basically done, and this one's basically done. So we just like the only real thing really holding this up is how we want to end it, which sounds like just like rocket surgery, where I had it 98% done, and then like, how do we end it? And then we added another minute.
Well, I'm trying to think.
So cupcakes with cream filling has nothing to do with making babies. That sounds even worse. So I called it a collab. I didn't have my name in the credits. No, people help me out with the ideas for stuff. That's great. But normally I'm big on if I do it for one person, I have to do it for everything. So then I know you're just joking.
Maybe I can get some ideas on my phone if I type in making babies. Let's see if we can get some ideas.
Let's keep that off the camera. Anyway.
Ooh, the 2018 movie, Making Babies. That's a movie, apparently.
Perfect Michael ending, just about. All right, so...
It got a 25% on Rotten Tomato.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll have to finish this later. I'm liking how it's turning out so far, though. I like how Chrysalis' lighting turned out. I really like the way that the textures are set up on her. Cozy, I'm not still 100% happy with, but I think it's her eyes, I feel, are nice and glowy and bright, and hers are not. But even if I turn up the eye light, I don't think it's going to help any. Yeah, she still feels kind of dark in the face. Whatever, I'll deal with that later.
Sorry.
So we'll be done for today. We'll be back. Like I said, I'm not sure if we're going to be back on Friday. There's just too much going on Friday to be able to say that for sure. But we'll see later. The only person on right now is Fiora, so we'll head over to Fiora. Both for the stream. It took me 4 times longer to set up for this stream than it was to actually stream. Just as
hopefully the background will be even more white and more voidy.
It's going to be, the background's going to be the same next time. I'm getting a different desk, and I'm hoping to get some of the stuff figured out for moving stuff over, but that's probably not going to happen. It's probably going to be white like this, maybe with some better lighting around for probably another at least week, but maybe 2. As I get stuff figured out, because I can come with an idea for something and be like, great, let's do that, but then it takes time to source what I need, ship it, get it there, get it up, and all that stuff. So, and before last week I had off. Now I have work as well, and I have to actually get working on podcasts. I don't even have that ready, so that's going to take me like a whole evening. Anyway,
sounds like fun. Well, don't wait until you do Kitty.
Yeah, I know. I can go to Kitty. We're going to
don't forget Kitty.
Just kidding.
So,
but thank you guys very much. Thank you, Sunset, for the thank you. And we'll talk to you guys later and stuff. But thank you for Warhorse for showing up. Thank you for the new follow from the Dark Lord IT. I think I might have missed actually that audio prompt. So thank you very much. And thank you to Jurassic and Fluted Paper for the subs. Very much appreciated. Oh, and thank you to Redwood for the derp. So,
hey, Derby.
Otherwise, let's head over if you're doing power wash thingies. So, we'll see you guys.
Making bacon babies.
No.
Got some bacon and you put it in a baby.
It's bad practice.
Babies love bacon.
Bacon does not belong in baby.
That is a lie.